How's it going, my truant people? Dr. Slacking, the Slacking Doctor, back with week 3 of the BBR. As this week we go up against Diet Tight and his New Britain Rockruffs. His channel will be linked down in the description, along with all the other coaches. I do urge you to go and check them out. I'm sure they're uploading a lot more schedule than I have the first few weeks. Shout out to Di. He's honestly a super cool guy, and he's been really good about scheduling. It is now gone 2:30 in the morning for me, so I'm pretty knackered, I'm not going to lie to you, but we're only playing this late because I missed all the times that would have suited me better, so huge thank you to him for still just playing the game, even though I missed our other times. Let's see, so we've got Scarf Terrakion as the main kind of like win con here. It doesn't bring the Jellicent, which is really interesting to me. Scarf Stone Edge is not reliable, but it's not a million miles from being good here. I think I want to get Rocks up early. I don't love the fact that this immediately makes Weavile a problem. But I don't know if he necessarily leads Weavile. I don't know how I'm going to get JYNX in as well. One of the things was Dry Skin on JYNX could get it in against Mono Scolding Jellicent. I can probably still get it in against Rose. Okay. Yeah, we're going to try and get our rocks up early. If he wants to lead off with... I'm trying to think what his rocker would be. It might be the Komodo. It might be the Wigglytuff. Like, I didn't really expect him to bring this team. Good luck, have fun to him. I have messaged him to say that on Discord already. But I didn't really expect him to bring this team. I really thought we'd see the Jellicent for sure. But I guess he worried about the Hydreigon just abusing it, which I can understand. This is the team where we have Hydreigon, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I just decided not to bring it or Lando because I wanted to bring JYNX and Yuxi instead. So we get off to a pretty nice start with the lead here. It means I can get my rocks up. I want to find out if that Weavile's boots or another item as early as possible. And thinking back on his team, his defoggers are Torn or Mew. So Wigglytuff comes out, frisks me and finds my leftovers. Is he just going to want to get his own rocks up? Probably. Tornadus, Mew. The Mew's the biggest threat. I mean, for what it's worth, my opinion on Mew is that it shouldn't be allowed in this format, maybe all formats, but I definitely wouldn't allow it in Wi-Fi decks personally. But again, it's a borderline one. Like, 2, 4, 6. Where I'm given a vote, I tend to vote against it, but that's by no means an excuse if we end up losing to it here. So he's probably going to have like the Fire Blast and stuff for the Aegislash. I don't think he's just going to completely blank on that. So I think what I want to do is I want to actually just Psychic here. I've got a feeling this is going to be the Stealth Rocker. And I can potentially Encore him in Stealth Rocks and then get a free U-turn out. I can also just scout out what he wants to do. Exactly. So we do see the Stealth Rocks here. I'm going to reveal my Encore early. But I think it's my best way of getting a lot of momentum. And I like that. So, because I think this is like fairly free for him to wish or anything like that. So we're going to Encore him into Rocks. And we can U-turn and get all the momentum here. He knows my full set now. I'm Psychic, Encore, Stealth Rock U-turn, or he will do when I U-turn here. But I'm okay with that. Again, the Encore's there ready to prevent setup Mew and stuff like that, and I still do that. I haven't taken any damage. Yes, we've traded rocks, but my Wincon in Scarf Terrakion doesn't really care about rocks. I also have access to spikes, which I can start to hazard sack. So can he, actually. This could be a very hazard-heavy game. And now, obviously, I could just keep spamming Psychic here to try and whittle him down as he's trapped into rocks, but there's really no point in doing that. I'd rather just get the initiative, which we do here. So this thing comes in. JYNX. I wish I just don't. I don't know anything about this Tornadus. If it's like a non-life orb variant, Heat Wave's unlikely to kill. What about if it's physical with knockoff, it will kill quite easily. So I don't really love that. On the JYNX, that is, of course. So I think what I'd rather do is I would rather go into Lancaster. I do risk the Prankster T-Wave, but if he wants to Prankster T-Wave early and give me a Stone Edge, then this thing's dead, which is pretty big. So I don't think... Apparently I only brought 3 moves. What am I missing that should have been on this? Megahorn, Stone Edge, Close Combat, and I put Stone Edge twice. Fuck, what was I supposed to have on there? I was supposed to have Rock Polish for if I got knocked off by the Weavile. Well, let's just not get knocked off. I'm going to CC. I'm going to be aggressive. I don't think he's staying in. I don't know why he would stay in. We've already seen this thing's heavy duty boots as well, so he's not scarfed because he didn't take rocks damage when he came in earlier. So I'm assuming it's going to be... Okay, it's actually going to be this. Interesting. I thought it would be the Komodo, maybe. I was like, Komodo lead, could be defensive Komodo, designed to switch in on a Stone Edge. So we're able to get off some decent damage there, some very decent damage. I'm going to be more aggressive. So I could go JYNX, which is definitely a decent breaker against this team. But I think I can get a substitute up with my Aegislash here. Now, if he Sleep Powders on this turn, that's a great play. But I think he Synthesis if he has it, which I assume he will have. Yeah, okay. So I think we can get a substitute here, which I reckon is more beneficial. Because behind a sub, I really don't know how he deals with this thing. I mean, I don't know how he deals with it anyway, but assuming he's just some kind of like powder move to handle this. What is he going to go into? Komodo, Tornadus, Mew? Like, none of these really want to switch in on this, so I don't know. I don't know what his switch in is going to be. Okay, it's this thing. Well, that gives me a big flash cannon. So I'm kind of okay with this. As he reveals leftovers, so he is defensive on this, much as we suspected. I'm going to protect here because I... Yeah, I don't think there's anything he can really do to punish this too badly. Like, if he's like a subset or something like that, I can still Flash Cannon turn after. I'm just going to maximize my leftovers recovery here. I think that's the right play as he reveals the Shadow Claw, and we actually do get the drops here, which is really nice with the King's Shield. So, we are going to drop his attack by 1 stage. It's a shame it's not like last gen where it's 2 stages, but maybe that's why Aegislash wasn't around in draft leagues last gen. So we do get a nice drop off. Now obviously he was going into this expecting the Shadow Ball. This thing therefore is probably going to be bulletproof. It makes sense. There's nothing really on my team that wants to click sound based moves, so it makes a lot of sense. He goes for the bulk up so that he doesn't lose his attack, but I'm especially offensive, so it's not too bad because he's not actually boosting his defense versus me. I'm not going to King's Shield this next turn because I don't think I'll gain any extra leftovers recovery from it, and he's going to break my my sub whether I'm in blade form or shield form. So there's really no benefit to not just yeah, because my next turn of leftovers after this I get back to full anyway. So we're just going to flash cannon. We're just going to flash cannon, keep the pressure on, keep the damage going. As he does Shadow Claw, obviously this is going to break. We're in blade form and he's back at neutral attack, so no problem. And we do get the Spadef drop there, which is cool. Now he's faced with a turn where he can Shadow Claw and potentially get an attack drop on our King's Shield, or he can bulk up predicting the King's Shield, but if I switch... he's in a pretty bad spot. If he goes for a neutral Shadow Claw against something like Whimsicott, I don't think he's going to bulk up. I'm taking a gamble here, but I don't think he's going to bulk up. At +1, I don't even think he kills me anyway. But I don't think he's going to bulk up, because I think if I just flash cannon here, he's in a bad spot. I mean, I'm really playing the player and not necessarily my objective for correct play here. I feel like Whimsicott would have been better, but I kind of want my HP on Whimsicott. Yeah, okay. I thought he was kind of forced into making that play. He is now at -1. We can, of course, flash cannon, and I believe we'll pick him off here because of the Spadef drop. And we won't take too much from a -1 Shadow Claw, I don't believe. So overall, okay. Okay, not sensational, but okay. The revenge killer to this is more than likely going to be Weavile, as he actually bulks up here. I wonder why that's the play. Does he live this? I don't think with the Spadef drop he lives this. Why has he made that play? Misclick? I can only assume a misclick, unless he lives this. No. I can only... sorry, I could hear something. It's rain. I didn't know what it was. I can only assume that was a misclick, or he's reading something that I'm not seeing there. The double King's Shield? I don't think so, though. So out comes this thing. If he's sub, that could be a problem. If he subs on my King's Shield, is he going to be sub boots, though? I don't think so. I don't think so. So I think I'm going to King's Shield and try and scout what kind of a set he is. I want to know if he's physical, special. I want to know what's going on here. Aegis/Proven once again why it's such a menace. If he's Defiant and he's knockoff, that could be pretty bad. So he's Grass Knot. That does make contact though, so that is going to boost him. If he's Defiant. Okay, so he's Prankster. And he went for the Grass Knot there, which is really interesting. What was he trying to catch? He's trying to catch the Terrakion? Me going into it on a Heat Wave, maybe? Or me going into it on a knockoff, maybe? The same base power, aren't they? Yeah. Flash Cannon hits more of his team, so I'm going to press it. We know he's not... maybe he went for the Grass Knot because he thought it wasn't a contact move. As he actually reveals the Dark Pulse there. Or maybe he was just trying to bluff me to stay in. That would make a lot of sense too, actually. Oh, he gets the flinch. Damn it. That sucks. But then if he did misclick earlier, that somewhat makes up for the misclick. So, I am just going to King's Shield again. It's the play that makes the most sense. Alright, so... we don't really switch in on this thing very well at all. Oh man, that flinch sucks real bad. That flinch really sucks. As it goes for the Grass Knot. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I tell you what he doesn't do here is he doesn't Hurricane, I don't think. I think he Dark Pulses or he Grass Knots. And either of those are absolutely fine for Whimsicott. I don't think... If this is a Hurricane, it's a hell of a play. No, Grass Knots, okay. Trying to crouch that Terrakion again. I'm going to take the middle ground play and go Whimsicott. And then I'm going to Encore him into Grass Knot. Fuck, I love Encore, man. What a move. What a move. If he switches, good play. But no, he doesn't. Good. And then I can again U-turn. And we're taking next to nothing from this Grass Knot. In fact, we might even be recovering more with leftovers, honestly. I can choose to just double Moonblast here. But I don't think with the Roserade around that's necessarily the right play. I don't think he's just going to sack this. And Aegis-Slash covers all bases, right? So, or a U-turn covers all bases. If he stays in, I can go Aegis-Slash. He's still locked into this. if he goes into Rose, then I can U-turn out into my Aegislash and potentially sub down again if that's the play I want to make. Or I could even go into my JYNX and click Ice Beam. If that's a play I want to make. So he goes into the Mew, actually, which is really interesting. So we're going to get a decent amount of chip off on that. Just off the gift of super effective moves, despite being so weak. And I can now actually... Do I first impression with Mugen? It puts me in another difficult spot where... I believe this will take one from most Mew variants. And I can Shadow Ball then. And he can't really switch in on that very well. Yeah, so the reason that I didn't want to go... into Mugen and First Impression is because it really invites in the Tornadus, and at the minute I don't handle the Tornadus especially well. I'm not going to handle the Tornadus especially well for the rest of the game now because I'm giving this up, which is... But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. I don't think he'll go Weavile here on the Flash Cannon. I think he's more likely to go Tornadus if he goes anything. As he goes for a Roost... So this is Roost Mew, but I don't know anything else other than that. And the Shadow Ball. So he's basically just changing my form and then getting as much HP as he can and getting me in my other form, as that does a fuck ton. I'm going to... I'm going to King's Shield because ultimately I'm netting more out of this. I do think he probably roosts. But I'm just going to play it safe because I would lose my Aegislash if he attacks. So, but I'm pretty sure if from this is a likely defensive Mew that I can take a hit from it. Otherwise here, so I'm just progressively getting more health back. Whilst he isn't, he eventually has to attack this thing or lose his Mew. He can't roost off the damage, so yeah, I think this is fine. I'm going to Shadow Ball again. I expect we'll see whatever move this has here, knock off, Flare Blitz, Shadow Ball, whatever it may be, Earthquake. Does do a good chunk, does do a really good chunk. But we get off the Shadow Ball, and this will pick off the Mew. So, Aegislash doing Aegislash things. Sweet. Man, people love to shit on Aegislash, but I fucking love this thing. I think it's so good. I did a tier list video back when I made content. Remember those days? I did a tier list video where I said I thought this was like S rank for Wi-Fi draft leagues, and everyone's just like, I picked this thing up round 9 or whatever, and everyone's just like, Aegislash, yeah, it's not that good. This generation it got nerfed too much. Like, no, it's still fucking amazing. So Storm, in a lot of ways, is the least valuable member, given that he has a Tornadus, Roselia, and Weavile as 3 of his last 4. So I'm going to make this aggressive play because it covers the Grass Knot play, it covers the Dark Pulse play. I think he could Hurricane here. Yeah, he does good play. But I'm kind of okay with losing Whimsicott here. I wasn't okay with losing Aegislash to a Dark Pulse, so I'm kind of okay with this because it gets this in, and he doesn't have a Stone Edge switch in now. So we have to land that Stone Edge, mind you. But if we can land one, please, Terrakion, that would be superb. Of course, he doesn't love going Roselia. 1, he doesn't take the hit especially well, and 2, I think this game is going to come down to landing a Stone Edge on this eventually. So he may just choose to take that chance now. He may just say, fuck it. Well, he might want me to have a few more rock switches, depending on whether Grass Knot just kills or not. So hopefully we can land here. He takes rocks. We do land. If we do a good chunk, it does look like it's a potential damage roll to kill. But it's not a damage roll / mischance that I need to take, so I'm not going to take it. It's as simple as that. I'm going to go into the JYNX here. As he goes for the Giga Drain. We can take another one of those. So, I'm going to be super aggressive and focus blast on the Weavile. JYNX is going to struggle in the rest of this game anyway, because most of the things left are faster than it, and yeah, I thought so. I thought he had to make this play. Can we land it? Please land it. Come on, please. I've made the play. Yeah, I think he had to make that. I think he had to try and be aggressive to try and, you know, really position himself better in this game. If he let the Roselia go down there, he was going to have even more of a tough time. So I get that play, which is why I called it. Because I thought it made a lot of sense. So, oof, okay, and we landed it. Thank God. It kind of makes up for the Dark Pulse flinch that we landed a Stone Edge and a Focus Blast down. I should mention the last time we played him, I flinched the fuck out of him. So he was definitely due that and more, which he may still get in this endgame, because don't forget we still need to land Stone Edge with Terrakion, because I don't know how else I'm beating this thing. I'm just not really beating it otherwise. Maybe, is there any point in me saving this? Is there anything else I could sack that would be less useful than this? Aegis Slash, no. Are you going to do anything this game? No, you're not, are you? Alright. I'm going to switch into this. We can possibly take one and then First Impression, or get Emergency exited out. I don't know if this is a bit of a throw. The JYNX just looks more useful to my brain right now. As he does Dark Pulse, so we are going to be able to get a First Impression off, which is just nice chip. Yeah. I don't want a Liquidation banking on the Hurricane Miss, because I believe you could just Dark Pulse here to Emergency exit me out, and then I'd get nothing out of the turn. So, whilst I could understand making that's good damage as well. That's really good damage. As he does Hurricane, and he does land. So I'm pretty sure that'll go down. Yeah, that's fine though. I think that's fine. Does that put him in range of Terrakion's close combat? That's what I'll be honest. That's what I was really hoping for. Not quite. Not quite. Ugh. So we're going to go into Hibiki here, because we can definitely take hits with this thing. We can get more damage off on him, and then that should put him in close combat range, and we can try and win this game with close combat. The Roselia is pretty low. I'm just trying to minimize that Stone Edge risk chance. That's really what I'm doing here. I expect he will Dark Pulse here. I could, of course, have tried to Encore him into Dark Pulse and then gone hard to rack him for the Justified boost. Fuck! Why didn't I do that? Oh, I could have Encored him into that. That would have been really good. But this is okay, because we still outrun him, and we will now kill with CC, and that's really what I was going for here. I was really going for that CC kill. I still think this is less useful than Aegis Slash, so I'm going to U-turn. I'm slower, I lose nothing by U-turning. He probably will kill me with Dark Pulse. I do have quite a bit of Spadef. I don't know this calc. We actually live. Do we flinch? No. So we actually keep that, which could be useful. Who knows? Thank goodness he wasn't Agility, because if he'd been Agility instead of Nasty Plot, I could have put myself in a really tough spot there. I could have... no, because he still would have died to another Psychic there. I could have just Psychic twice with Yuxi, actually. Yeah, that would have been better than the U-turn. That would have been much better than the U-turn if I just Psychicked again. Because had he been Agility... yeah, that was a misplay by me. I got too honed in on this idea of I need to put him in close combat range. I'd like locked that into my brain as how I wanted to try and round up this game, and that wasn't a good line. I should have just Psychicked again. That would have been better. It wouldn't have let the Roselia come into Synthesis, because I've got Psychic. I'd beat it with that. And Wigglytuff, I could Psychic once, and then if you wished, I could encore him into Wish and go out into Age Slash, get a sub up, and start wreaking havoc like that. So, again, I'm just going to go hard Jinx, I think. I'm overplaying this endgame, I think. And I don't want to leave any, like, weird, like, Calm Mind, Wigglytuff or anything. That's why I've saved Terrakion. So he can Synthesis here. We've already seen we can take a Giga Drain. So do I Nasty Plot? No, I'm just going to Ice Beam. I'm just going to Ice Beam, I think. He keeps that. I still think Aegis Slash will eventually beat that. So had I Nasty Plotted, let's see how much this would have done. Oh, that's still... I mean, that was a crit. For what it's worth, he would have been forced to Wish here anyway. And then, if he has Protect, I could have Nasty Plotted on the Protect, and then I would have 2KO'd him, and then I would have killed the Roselia. So, I think the crit doesn't actually matter. Quite genuinely, because of Nasty Plot. Okay, so he's going to Protect here. So, as I say, like, I will Ice Beam again this turn. If he lives, he will Wish. And then I will Nasty Plot on the following turn on his Protect. And at that point, I believe the game will be pretty much over, so... Unless Wigglytuff can Oko me, which it probably can with Fire Blast, actually. If Wish protects... He had Stealth Rock on this, he doesn't have Fire Blast. It's probably Mono Dazzling Gleam for Hydreigon. So he has to Protect here. I Nasty Plot, GG. Okay. We had to position this endgame. I made a bit of a meal of this one. But, you know, we got to show off Jinx, and... That's fun. That's fun, right? We gotta show off Jinx. We gotta bring Frostbite and do some fun stuff. As he doesn't Protect. Hell of a play by him. Probably... Wow, hell of a play by him. As he doesn't Protect. I guess just realizing, like, you know, that was probably his only way of getting back into this game. Alright. I think I still will win long term. So, if this might even kill, I don't know. And I don't know if another Dazzling Gleam even kills me from how much that one did. Jinx has got pretty reasonable Spadef, I think. 65 HP, 95 Spadef. Ugh, it's not sensational. It's not sensational. Okay, so he can Wish again here. I think I just spam Ice Beam because I don't think he can stall my Ice Beams here with Wish Protect. I don't think this one will kill, so he could go for Dazzling Gleam, but I don't think that kills either. So I think if this doesn't kill, we're still fine. Yeah, it doesn't kill. He does Dazzling Gleam. I don't think this kills. It doesn't kill. And that's the game. He made a really good play calling me to Nasty Plot there because he doesn't know my set at all. So that was a pretty fire play by him. And had he got possibly 2 high rolls, I'm guessing, by living on 5 HP, he could have made this endgame even more interesting. Either way, though, I would have got a free substitute on this with Aegis Slash, and at the point that I got a free substitute with Aegis Slash, he probably lost the game. I could have spammed Flash Cannon into the and Shadow Ball into Roselia until I got Spadef drops, until he ran out of synthesises. Beyond making me go to Timer, I don't think he would have had an out here. I think Aegis Slash won this endgame sooner or later. The only reason that I went into Jinx rather than Aegis Slash on the Roselia on the turn that he synthesized was because if he was Sleep Powder or something, I knew Aegis Slash won this endgame. I didn't want to risk the Aegis Slash on a Sleep Powder. It was unlikely, but you got to, you know, play to the endgame that you see, right? And that's what we've done here. So, and we got to show off Jinx. Like I said, we got to show off Jinx. So, oh man, I need sleep. I'm sorry if this has been a bit all over the place. It's now nearly 3:15 in the morning. But we did it. We pulled out a win. We bounced back after a tough week last week. We brought some interesting mons. We did some funky stuff. Huge GG to Diet Titan again. Thank you to him for being an absolute gentleman. Honestly, he was super great to schedule with and just lovely guy. So yeah, your Bristol Drifloons. I don't even know if I said a team name at the beginning. I feel like I said the wrong team name. Your Bristol Drifloons go 2-1 in the BBR, and we look ahead to next week where I don't know who we're playing, but maybe we'll get to bring JYNX again. Who knows? Thank you so much for loafing around with me, and I'll catch you again next time.